Alright guys, this has been a very requested video on my channel. So many people comment this so often. It's basically just a settings plus tips and tricks video. So I'm going to be breaking these videos into two parts. So there is going to be a tips and trick video, but the first thing I would like to do is the settings, and I would like to explain how my game runs as smooth as it does, and just ways to optimize your guys' game so they can run as best as they can on your current setup. So before we even continue on the actual Roblox side of things, we need to first go over a few basic settings on your computer that you should always have turned off, and I will give you guys explanations on why you should have them turned off. So before we even launch Roblox, I'm going to give you guys some simple things you can do right now to just make your PC less bloated and make it run more smooth, because I'm sure a lot of people don't even know about these things that I'm about to explain and just how easy it is to make your computer run better. I'm not going to be going super into depth about how you can fully optimize your computer, but I'll just give you guys very basic stuff that should help improvement very easily. So the first type of advice I can recommend is just deleting anything here that you don't use. Windows loves to install random programs on your computer that you didn't even ask to. For example, WhatsApp, I never installed that. So if you see anything like this, you're just going to want to remove it. Even a calculator, if you don't use your calculator, why even have it on your computer? I do use it often, so yeah. There's also little separate panels down here like utilities and tools, and you can just remove basically all this. Like, you don't need Feedback Hub. There's a bunch more in here that you can remove, but I'll let you guys pick and choose what you want to remove. Personally though, mine is already, I've pretty much removed everything, but I'm sure you guys will see easily 10 to 20 different programs here that you just have no reason to have. The second thing I'm going to recommend that you guys do on your computer to make it run better. Now this one you don't have to do if you feel like it's kind of sus. Anyways, you're going to want to head to your settings. Once you're in your settings, you're going to head down to privacy and security. If you're on Windows 10, it should look something like this. It might look a little different. You're going to want to head to your Windows security section, and then the thing that you're going to want to adjust, you're going to just click into, you just click into any of these, but you're not actually going to be doing anything in the virus and threat protection. You're going to want to scroll down to this little rectangle with a line. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn off your memory integrity. I'll put a little screenshot of what this does, but this does make your processor run slower, and you can easily get a 10% to 15% increase. So I recommend turning it off. It's the easiest thing you could do to get a quick boost. And after you do turn this off, guys, you're going to want to restart your PC, but do not restart your PC until I show you two more steps. Okay guys, so the third thing you're going to want to do to help your PC even more is to try to eliminate processes that are constantly running in the background. So right now I'm only running OBS, I have Google open, and Discord, and my process number is about 204. Is actually a little higher because I did have Google Play Games open and I didn't fully close it. So normally though, my number's around 190, and that's the ideal goal before you open up Roblox. That is a good amount of processes. You can definitely get it lower. I would say for the most part, that's a good number. If your processes though are all the way up to like 300 right now or 400, you're gonna wanna try to find things that are running on your CPU that you do not need. The easiest way to do this is there is a services section, but I would recommend that you guys just look up a video on how to lower your CPU processes in Task Manager, because then you'll be able to find a much more in-depth explanation. But make sure to do that after I give you guys the final tip I can show, because there is some more information in this video I want to explain that can make your game run even better. So the next thing that you guys are going to want to do in the Task Manager, you're going to keep it open, is you just want to head over to your startup apps. Over here, I disable everything. So what this does is every single time you boot up your computer, all this stuff that you see here will just boot up, and you don't want that. It's going to make right when you boot your computer, it's just going to spike your CPU. You're going to have a bunch of stuff already running that you don't want. And I personally just like to be in control of the programs that I want to have open at the times that I want them to be open. So my recommendation for you guys is to just disable everything other than things like this. Like, this is an audio service, so just make sure you look up on Google or something if it's safe to disable this on startup, because I don't know what computers you guys have and I don't want to ruin anything that you guys have. Final advice, and I only recently started doing this, but I have been using something called Fishstrap. So this is just something that allows you to configure Roblox and optimize it completely. I'm still new to it, so there is a place where you can configure a bunch of different settings on Fishstrap, but I don't really know much about it to give you guys full information. So what you're going to want to do with that is you're just probably going to want to actually watch a full tutorial on how to configure the settings in it. Even just launching it through this makes it run a lot better, but it's up to you if you want to get more in depth with using a program like Fishstrap. There's a bunch of them. They are all safe if you get the official official download. Just make sure you're downloading it from the right place. So once you launch Roblox through Fishstrap, I find that it just runs so much better. Everything keeps opening up to my second monitor. It's really annoying. But anyways, let me give you guys now some settings in the actual Sniper Arena section. So once you guys are actually fully loaded in the Sniper Arena, as you can see, my game runs very smooth. I'm running on max settings on everything and 240 frames, and I find that the game it runs so incredibly smooth. So I'm gonna show you guys just my settings in here. I would recommend though that you guys do keep your own sensitivity. I'm not gonna be going over my sensitivity. You can try mine. I don't know my exact DPI though. So I would just play with what feels comfortable for you for actual gameplay, but I'm gonna give you guys the settings that I have and what I turn off. Okay, so if you don't know, there's a little settings bar right here. This is the Sniper Arena actual in-game settings. So I wouldn't use any of my audio settings. Everything is like, all this stuff is kind of your preference. Your sensitivity, your audio control, it is your preference. But I really would recommend changing your FOV. I believe the default is 90 for most games it is, so I would definitely recommend playing on a higher one. I've been playing on 100, but honestly, I could even see you guys going up to 105. I would not recommend playing on 120. It's a little too zoomed out. I did try it. Normally I do play on max FOV, but I've been kind of sitting at 100. Maybe I'll mess with 105, but anywhere from like 100 to like 108-ish, I feel like is pretty solid. The next thing that I'd recommend having is auto sprint, of course, and auto respawn I do turn off, but that's really your preference. This is all your preference too, but if you didn't know, this is where you can adjust like social settings such as allowing people to trade with you, etc, etc. For performance and display, definitely have enemy outline on and definitely disable the game shadows. This will significantly improve your frame rate if you do not have a very powerful GPU, so I'd really recommend doing this. You can disable wear modifier as well. I would recommend doing this if your PC is kind of slow. I would also disable corpse. This will save a little bit of frame rate. This is something I would only turn on you're trying to take a screenshot of the gun or you have a very powerful graphics card, because if you don't know dynamic skin, it basically just makes your gun skin just look a lot better. I don't really know exactly what it means, but I just know it just makes your gun look way better, way more clean. You can choose to do any of this. I like to keep all this on though. Yeah, everything else here is just kind of preference. Also, you could turn this off too if you don't like to hear coins. So this is for VIPs only, but you can actually choose if you want to have your knife or sniper, or you can have it random, so that's how some people have their knives out. You can also change your muzzle flash color. I don't really mess with any of that much. And then quick sell, it's all just stuff that is, a lot of this is preference, but there is the things that I did say to turn off, I would recommend. This is how you guys can change your crosshair style. There is also other programs I think you can download to have a different crosshair. I don't know anything about that though. You can also change your dot color, your dot shape, dot size, blah, blah, blah. I don't mess too much with this though. Here's your hotkeys. This is also just preference. I would, for the most part, keep these the same, just get used to how they are, because I think they are great, but you can change them. Okay, now go into the Roblox menu. If you go to settings in Roblox, this is a great place to change a lot of different things, because a lot of people miss this. So right here, you have another audio adjustment, and you can also change your devices that you want to talk with. Just a bunch of stuff. This is all preference though. The main things I want to get into here is the frame rate. A lot of people have it default set to 60, and they don't know you can change it, but this is how you do change it. So whatever hertz your monitor is, you can adjust it to. There's also another sensitivity option. So I would recommend keeping this kind of universal on all the games you play and just adjusting it in the game options. But if you can't do that, that's how you change it. Also, if we go up to graphics quality, it automatically puts it to the middle, I think, but you can turn it up. If you're on a worse PC though, it could help if you fully turn this down. It might actually make your game run a lot better. It's not going to look as good, but hey, at least you could still get some good performance with it. I would recommend though, if your PC can, I would recommend having this all the way up because your game looks so clean. For example, if I even turn this down, but if I turn it down twice, you're going to see the change. I can already start to see. You can see the textures look a little weird. But yeah, guys, other than that, that's basically all the settings that I would recommend changing. I'll walk into a game real quick and just show you. I have a default skin on for, I don't know why. But anyways, as you can see, this is how smooth the game looks. It really just runs great with these settings. You're not going to run into any hitching, anything. But also, it's all performative on your performance. So if you have a slow PC, then you're going to want to just adjust it to your PC. But the good thing is, most Roblox games are not too hard to, you know, run on computers. And if you guys do disable a lot of things I showed you, get your programs down, you will have a lot better of a chance of just being able to run the game on max settings smooth as you can. But anyways, that's it for the video. And guys, the next video, I'm going to be giving you guys a tips and trick video. So I'm very excited to record that one. That will be coming out. Maybe it will be my next video, I don't know, but it's going to be the part 2 of this video. And I'm going to be going over more of how I play and peaks that you can hit, you know, stuff you can hit, all that good stuff. So that's it, guys, for now. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for all the support lately, by the way, guys, too. Peace out.